What's going on behind closed doors at Mar-a-Lago? Why does Melania Trump seem so distant from her husband, Donald Trump? For a couple that's lived under constant public scrutiny, their marriage has remained one of the most puzzling mysteries of modern political life. While they've often been in the headlines for various reasons, one thing that stands out is the stark contrast between their public appearances and the behind-the-scenes reality. Could it be that Melania is simply playing her role as the First Lady, or is there more to their dynamic than meets the eye? It's clear from the way Donald Trump talks about his wife that he considers her the world's greatest woman. But despite his public adoration, their marriage has raised many eyebrows. From Melania's rare appearances in public to the distinct lack of warmth between them, it's no surprise that many have questioned the authenticity of their relationship. If you were to judge just by body language, you'd think that Trump and Melania's connection is as stiff and forced as a badly rehearsed speech. She often appears more like an accessory than a partner, standing by his side with the same disinterested expression you'd expect from someone waiting for a flight to board. So what's the truth? Are we just witnessing an act, or is something else at play here? Comedian Alec Baldwin has never been shy about taking jabs at the couple, particularly their marriage. Baldwin, known for his sharp wit, often points out the awkwardness between them, like how Melania can barely mask her disdain when Trump talks for more than a few seconds. Baldwin's impressions of Trump are so spot on that they make you question whether Melania might secretly prefer one of his impersonations to the real thing. If their relationship were a TV show, it might get canceled after a season because it lacks any kind of natural chemistry. No warm hugs, no shared moments of affection, just a lot of uncomfortable silences. The public has speculated for years about their dynamic, and Baldwin's comedic take only adds fuel to the fire. He's often commented on how Melania's patience seems to wear thin faster than Trump's credibility. In fact, many observers believe that their marriage is less about love and more about a contractual arrangement that benefits both parties. Melania, known for her poker face and distance from her husband, is often seen at rallies or public events standing by him with a detached expression. It's almost as if she's just marking time until the next phase of her life begins. And then there's the whole prenup situation. Is Melania really in this marriage for love, or is she just waiting for her financial security to be secured through a postnuptial agreement? While the public continues to question their relationship, Trump has repeatedly defended his marriage, claiming that Melania adores him and that they're the most perfect couple in the world. He often points to their public appearances as proof, but anyone who's ever watched them together can't help but feel like there's something missing. She's barely present when he talks, often distracted, and even when she does speak, it seems scripted, as though she's fulfilling a role rather than sharing genuine feelings. Baldwin's portrayal of Trump highlights the absurdity of their interactions. The comedian doesn't hold back when mocking Trump's ego, his need to overstate everything, and his constant search for bigger, better words that often end up falling flat. Trump, with his notorious bravado, claims to be a tremendous man, but it's hard to ignore how uncomfortable he seems when his wife isn't fully engaged. Baldwin's comedic analysis of Trump's speeches often underscores how out of sync the couple is, making the public question the authenticity of their bond. At times, Melania seems more like a paid performer than a loving wife. She often appears so disconnected from her husband that she could be replaced by a cardboard cutout, and no one would notice. This isn't just speculation. It's been observed by numerous people who have seen the couple in public. While Trump continues to insist that their marriage is solid, Melania's behavior tells a different story. Is she silently enduring the marriage for the sake of her position, or is there a deeper reason for her detached demeanor? Theories about Melania's motives run rampant. Some people speculate that she's planning an escape, plotting to leave Trump when the time is right. Others believe that she's just in it for the financial security that comes with being married to one of the wealthiest men in the world. But perhaps the simplest explanation is that she's just biding her time until her contract is up. Either way, Melania's silence speaks volumes. While the world watches her husband spiral through legal troubles and public gaffes, she remains eerily composed, almost as though she's waiting for the world to forget about her. What's most telling is the contrast between the Trump marriage and the Obamas, whose relationship was often portrayed as the picture of romantic idealism. The Trumps, on the other hand, seem to make marriage look like a business deal rather than a partnership based on love and mutual respect. While Barack and Michelle Obama's chemistry was undeniable, Donald and Melania's relationship feels more like a contractual obligation, with no emotional connection to be found. When Donald Trump talks about his marriage, it almost feels like he's trying to convince not only the public, but also himself that everything is fine. But when you see Melania's deadpan expressions or her distracted body language, it's clear that the reality is far from what he describes. In a marriage that's meant to be built on trust, love, and communication, Melania's distance speaks volumes. Is she simply playing the part of the dutiful wife? Or is there a deeper, more complex story at play? Perhaps the biggest clue to their relationship's true nature lies in the silence that surrounds them. While Donald Trump thrives in the spotlight, constantly making headlines with his outrageous statements and erratic behavior, Melania seems to fade into the background. She rarely speaks publicly, and when she does, her words seem to have little emotional weight. Is this the behavior of someone who is content in their marriage? Or is it the sign of a woman who has learned to navigate the public's gaze without revealing too much? Melania's role in the Trump administration has always been one of mystery. While other first ladies have taken on prominent public roles, Melania has kept a low profile. Her rare appearances seem carefully curated, designed to keep her image pristine while maintaining an air of aloofness. This distance has led many to speculate that she's simply fulfilling her role as First Lady. But there's no denying that her interactions with her husband are far from affectionate. Is Melania's silence a sign of strength? Or is it a calculated move to protect herself from the chaos of her husband's presidency? Only time will tell, but for now, the Trump marriage remains one of the most puzzling enigmas in the public eye. Whatever the truth is, it's clear that this marriage is anything but conventional, and perhaps that's the way both parties like it.